What's up, y'all? Welcome back to 6-2 Beer Reviews. Today we're checking out a collaboration beer between Southern Grist out of Nashville, Tennessee, local to me, and Horus Aged Ales out of Oceanside, California. This is the Heart Part 5. Part 5 of 5. So this is a honey-finished bourbon barrel aged CrystAle, which I believe is essentially a barley wine using a lot of crystal malt, I believe. So big thing that Horus is known for, and they did 5 different versions of this beer. So we're going to check out part 5. So this one specifically honey finished, aged 13 months in a Nashville Barrel Company honey finished 7-year bourbon barrel collaboration with Horus Aged Ales. For the best experience, enjoy at cellar temperature, which we are doing. 10.1%, Tennessee 10%. Label art wise, I dig it. Got that LA inspiration with the Hollywood sign, basketball hoop. Let's see what LAX logo. Was that Disneyland? I don't know what the other one is. If anybody knows, let me know. Drop it in the comments. But pretty cool label art. So it's been a while since we've reviewed not only a Southern Grist beer, but also a barrel aged beer from them. So I'm excited to check this out. Luckily, not too many problems with the wax there. And pour a little bit more. Okay. I can smell it from here. This is somewhere around, I want to say, I don't think this one's going to work with it. Yeah, I can do the other one. Somewhere around 7 to 8 months old, somewhere around there. So a little bit, just a tiny bit of age on it. Nothing crazy though. I don't know if this is going to work with this or not. My normal caps don't work with these bottles. So you may be having to figure out another solution. Whatever, that'll do for now. All right, into the beer. Yeah, it's got that barley wine kind of color to it. That poured no head whatsoever. Even, I know we let it sit there for a minute, but no head whatsoever as we poured it. Yeah, she looks thick. It's got that just murky brown, muddy water kind of look to it. Got the tiniest bit of head there as we swirled it there. Not too many alcohol leaks, or legs, I should say, on the side of the glass there. Beer looks, I'm not going to say it looks nice, but if you like barley wines, this is what your beer is going to look like, what it should look like. So yeah, it's got the color right. Can't see anything through it. The tiniest bit of light at the top there, but check out the aroma. Tons of bourbon. Tons and tons of bourbon. Brownie, like literally bourbon soaked brownies. Very subtle touch of honey, which I'm okay with. Like honey with these styles, I was kind of like, I don't know. We'll see how this is. But I say that, and one of my favorite barley wines we reviewed from last year, 2025, was a barley wine that had a touch of honey added to it. So subtle, like baker's chocolate, almost like it's almost even just like a cocoa powder. I'm not gonna lie, there is a little bit of heat to this thing, but it's like a bourbon heat. It's not just straight ethanol. Some dark fruits in there for sure. But this is like very heavy caramel, brownies, like, oh shoot, what are those, like Betty Crocker type brownies with the, there's a specific one that you can get like caramel in it too. Imagine if you just added a touch of or bourbon to that. That's what this smells like. Yeah, I mean, it smells like a barley wine. They say CrystAle. I mean, I think it's, yeah, based off the aroma at least. If you like barley wines, you're gonna like this. Touch of sweetness. Yeah, definitely some hefty, some alcohol going on, but it smells nice. So let's check it out. Cheers, y'all. Hmm. Ooh. Okay. I'm seeing the legs now after we took that sip. Wow. I was expecting just, like straight on, just barley wine kind of vibes, but there is some definite honey there and just something added to it. It's really nice. Hanging around on the palate. Yeah, I think it's the honey that I was just like, wow. Yeah, it's definitely there. Mm. Hmm. That's really cool. What is that? I think it's just the like fact that like I said, honey in a barley wine. Typically don't get like honey with like brownies or brownie batter or caramel. Um, I can't think of too many like desserts that combine both of them, but I think that's just what kind of like really just kind of shocked me there for a minute is you get the honey, you get the bourbon, and then you get that brownie, and it just it's all mixing together in it works better than I expect it to. There's some brown sugar, caramel, um, maybe a, mm, that's really cool. It's almost like a, I don't know what, there's all kinds of different honeys, right? But there's a specific one that I got one summer here in Tennessee that was kind of local from East Tennessee, out in the Smokies, and it was a very dark honey. They told me to use it for like allergies and stuff. So I'd have like a spoonful of that every morning, and it really helped out my allergies. Um, I'm getting that specifically that type of honey. So if you ever had like a darker, like super rich honey, that's what this is really reminding me of. It's really nice, nice mouthfeel, nice and pretty syrupy. Subtle carbonation there, which makes it somewhat drinkable for the ABV. Just a big hefty beer. Nice amount of bourbon. It's not too boozy. This is really nice. Really, really nice. I love how it hangs around on your palate too. That honey sticks around. And this is just a honey cask. They didn't like add honey to this beer. So that tells you how much a certain barrel can really affect a beer. Um, yeah, this is really good. So I think that's about all I got for this one. Mm, dark fruits come through, like I said, on the aroma. Figgy. Mm, that's really nice. That is really nice. Nice wintertime sipper. So, if anyone's had this one, please let me know down in the comments. Probably, I shouldn't say that. Maybe if you're out in California, maybe you saw this. Will pop up with Horus or something. I know sometimes some Southern Grist you can get them on Tavor and stuff. So if you had it, let me know. Right? Any of the variants. Before I forget, as I tend to do, 2026, we're doing ratings now. I'm gonna go straight up. I'm gonna go straight up 4.5. This really surprised me. I really, really enjoyed this. This is really good stuff. So great introduction to Horus. Never had a beer from him. I know, pretty hyped out there. So they've done, like I said, box set of this. So if you had any of these variants, but they also did one previously. I think it was called Stay Fly. Kind of the same deal, I think. Might have been a stout, not too sure. But if anybody had any of those, please let me know down in the comments. Or if you're just a big Horus fan, let me know, if you really enjoy his beers. Like I said, this is my first introduction. So good introduction when it comes to a collab with Horus. So that's all I got, y'all. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Cheers.